Hello and welcome to Sports Bet Daily. It is Wednesday, so happy hump day, as they say. We have got, two parts to this video. We are going to firstly preview Africa Cup of Nations round 16. We have got, I love this card, I have to say. And then secondly, we move over to UFC with DaveBets and Jason Paglia from the Sports Keg. But the guests that are joining me to preview Africa Cup of Nations is Martin Green and Alex from Need for Tips. And I'm excited to speak with these guys because we're all on the same page here. Obviously, though, we're on 5 matches, and I really like. Well, I really like 4 of the 5 ones. But first of all, welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday.
Martin, I've got to say, Martin, do we say in England Happy Hump Day? Because I'm sure it's just here that I started to hear it. Do we call it Hump Day? Because I know hump sort of has like another meaning, so it's kind of like a little bit strange, but you know what I mean.
Every day's hump day in England, like that. No, they do say that. I've heard quite a few people saying Happy Hump Day, so I think it's definitely a thing.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right then. So happy Hump Day, and again, a fantastic. Fantastic matches, fantastic bets. And I have to say, I'm probably going to sound like a little bit of a broken record with my bets, but let's see if you guys are on the same page. Okay, so Alex, you well? Are you good, buddy?
Yeah. Don't tell me that you're using the winner and under 3.5 goals in every single match.
You'll have to wait and see.
That's my classic bet.
And the show's over. Thank you, guys. Yeah, maybe. Although I've also got other bets, but I have to say that bet's awesome. I'm even thinking, because I am so sure of it, that I'm going to parlay all the ones that I went for, the team and the under 3.5 goals, because that's how confident I am about it. So let's see if you guys are on the same page. And also, there are some great ACCA opportunities. So Alex, I will be talking to you about that as well. All right, so first of all, Mississippi Kid, what up, guys? And Sean Watson, good morning to you as well. Okay, Morocco versus Benin, Friday the 5th. Morocco 1.55, draw 3.8, Benin 8.25. First of all, Morocco for an ACCA. Alex, 1.55, surely.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Brilliant price on Morocco. Dominating team, dominated the group stage. Absolutely brilliant. Yes, they scored just 3 goals, 1 in every match, winning every single match in the group stage. Meeting with the Benin, unexperienced side in this African Cup of Nations, with unknown players who were very lucky to be the best, the third best team from the 3rd place in the group altogether, you know. So yeah, Morocco, with the firepower they have, they will impose the rhythm there, and I'm absolutely convinced that they will win this match.
Yeah, it is a bit of a mismatch, and I have to say the odds are not reflecting that, which is great for us. And yeah, they won all 3 matches 1-0 apiece. Martin, anything other than a Morocco win? Obviously, we've got to extend on that. That could be where the first Morocco in the under 3.5 goals comes in. What do you think?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, it has to be. Strangely enough, the odds have actually drifted on Morocco since this morning when I wrote an article about this game. They've actually gone out to 1.74, just the straight Morocco win with some bookmakers, which I think looks like a fantastic price. I don't know if that's got something to do with an injury. I can't see why they would have drifted out that much. But anyway, I still fancy Morocco to win this one comfortably. As we said, they won all 3 group games. That included a 1-0 victory over a very strong Ivory Coast team. Yet to concede a goal at this tournament, former Juventus defender Mehdi Benatia sits alongside Roman Saiss of Wolves at the back. They've looked very solid. Just like Alex said, Benin, not a footballing powerhouse, no real players of note. Lucky to make it through to this stage of the tournament. They drew all 3 games, which suggests that they're stubborn, they're difficult to break down. But Morocco should have the superior quality here. So Yeah, Morocco and the under 3.5 goals. I think this is actually the only one I'm going for that bet on. But yeah, 1.95 I've got on that. And those odds might drift. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's see if they've drifted. But yeah, that looks like a very good bet there for me.
Yeah, slightly concerning with them drifting, but they should still have enough within them to definitely beat Benin. Yeah, under 3.5 goals. I got 1.88, but you said those odds are drifting now. Morocco win to 0 also looks good, 2.05.
Gone to 2.1 now, Morocco and the under 3.5 goals.
There we go. Wow. And I've got Morocco win to 0, 2.05, and Morocco -1 at 2.01. Obviously, those odds are not reflecting the current change of odds of Morocco, so you'll get a better price. Alex, what do you like on this one?
Straight Morocco win, 1.74, like Martin said. I'm not going to touch anything, but I love the win to 0. I think that Benin will struggle to find the back of the net against rock solid Morocco's defense there. So yeah, that looks good too. But a straight win at 1.74 for Morocco looks absolutely amazing. And I was checking the injuries and the yellow cards, and there is nothing very serious. I really don't understand why the odds drifted so much in favor of Benin.
Sean Watson says Africa Cup of Unders. I like that. Yes.
Yes, that too. That is the trend. That is, I think that 75% of the matches from the group stage finished under 2.5 goals, but the odds reflect that. So you can find maximum 1.5 in some matches for under 2.5 goals, under 0.5 goals in the first half of the match. Also, that was a trend in the group stage. But that is this is a mismatch, as you said, as you specified at the beginning. So I don't know how Benin will put problems. It's like you remember the Gold Cup when Martin said about Mexico and Haiti, he will take a small stake on the draw because Haiti will defend, and this is what it happened. Mexico won on penalties. So Martin was absolutely right, because the small teams tend to have a defensive approach, and it's very, very difficult to open them. So, but I still think Morocco has the necessary weapons to open Benin's defense and score at least one time and win. We don't need more than 1-0, 1-0, and we're out.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so on the same page here, Alex liking the Morocco, straight Morocco win. We all like the straight Morocco win. Morocco and under 3.5 goals. I just looked at the odds as well for Morocco win to 0. 2.38 you can get it for in some bookies. 2.25, 2.3, Bet365. All right, Uganda versus Senegal also playing Friday 5th. Senegal 1.6, draw 3.75, and Uganda 8. You've got Senegal, obviously, they're second favourites to win behind Egypt. They're priced at 7. Egypt are priced at 5. Senegal, again, 1.6. Would you add that to your ACCA, Alex?
Yeah, I would make a double Morocco with Senegal for sure. Uganda, they were the surprise of the group stage, in my opinion, but I think that it's the end for them. Senegal with a absolutely amazing squad there. You can never trust the African teams. This is why we are always saying keep your stakes low, because it's the summer break, international matches. So it's very tough to make money with the African Cup of Nations. But if you're betting with cautious here, I think that you can make some profit. Senegal with 1.6 straight win there. Absolutely love that price. But also, for a top tip, I'm going Senegal and over 1.5 goals in the match at 2.3, because I really like and love Senegal's attacking firepower there with Sadio Mane, Niang, Keita, Ndiaye, and so on. Absolutely great squad there. Win to 0, I think that it's a good bet. Many good bets for this match, in my opinion.
Including Senegal and the under 3.5 goals at 1.91 if we think that Uganda will not score. There's also value on the Martin Classic, Senegal and the under 4.5 goals at 1.7, which is very nice indeed. What was the price, sorry Alex, did you say for the over Senegal and the over 1.5 goals?
2.3.
Ooh, that's nice, that's nice. All right, Martin, what do you have here?
Yeah, there's been a lot of low-scoring games, I think, because of the heat. This tournament's normally played, as I said in the first video, this tournament's normally played in the early part of the year. They've moved it to the summer to avoid a clash with the Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, all the big club leagues. And it's just so hot out there in Egypt that I think players just don't have the energy and the stamina to keep pushing for more goals in the latter stages of games. So, yeah, we have seen quite a lot of low-scoring games. It was a good money maker in the first couple of rounds, but I think the bookmakers are wise to it now, sadly. But one team that I would be fearful of is Senegal, because like Alex said, they do have a lot of great attacking firepower going forwards. Sadio Mane looks like he's mining a rich vein of form once again, scored twice in their last game. So, yeah, I think this could be an interesting game. Could be a few goals in this one. I'm just going to go for Senegal minus 0.75 on the Asian handicap, odds of 1.82. I think they'll win this one reasonably comfortably. They did lose, which was a surprise. They lost that game against Algeria, but you know they bounced back with a fine win in their last match, and they're a very good team. I think they've got the best squad at this tournament, and I don't think they should have too much trouble against Uganda, who have already lost 2-0 to Egypt and could only draw with Zimbabwe. So, yeah, that's my bet.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, again, a similar page there. Alex obviously just taking that over 1.5 goals for Senegal. Okay, Egypt versus South Africa. Egypt 1.6, draw 3.8, South Africa 7. Now, Alex, you said you would make a double between Senegal and Morocco. I'm thinking of making a treble and adding Egypt. Tournament favourites, a wonderful treble there, maybe even with Algeria as well, but we'll get to that one. But as a real nice little three treble there, Egypt as well. Serious contenders for the title, winning all 3 games to 0, full of confidence, and again 1.6 even as a straight bet. But yes, start us off here, Martin.
Yeah, Egypt are in very strong form. There's a few teams that have won all their games, including Egypt. They sailed through to the knockout stage of the tournament. They're the host nation. They should benefit from really strong home support. I'd say in Mohamed Salah, they have the best player in this tournament. And he's in really good form now. A bit slow to get started, but he scored in his last 2 games. And I think he's got the pace to terrify this South Africa defence. The South African domestic league is okay. That's where most of these players ply their trade. There's not many of them that are making it in the big European leagues or anything like that. Yeah, I just think this looks like the end of the road for South Africa, really. They only finished 3rd in their group. They lost to Ivory Coast and Morocco. I think they'll lose to Egypt as well. Yeah. And to be honest, I can't see them scoring. Egypt have looked very solid throughout, and we've seen a lot of win to nils already in this tournament. That's what I'm going for. Egypt to win to 0, 1.95.
All right. What if you'd had to pick a correct score, Martin? What would it be?
I'd say 2-0. Yeah, I think 2-0.
So my Egypt and the under 3.5 goals looks good as well. 1.95. I told you I was going to sound like a broken record, but I tell you what, if the shoe fits, you know. Alex, would you add Egypt and make a treble?
No, I will stick with 2 doubles. I will tell you later for the next match. So we have Morocco and Senegal, which I think that will give us around 2.4 in terms of odds, and we have Egypt first for the second double with Algeria, but we'll talk about Algeria later. Egypt, Egypt with Algeria and Morocco are the only 3 teams in the group stage who have won all their 3 matches without conceding goals. So 3 clean sheets for each of them. This is why, Martin, I love that bet with Egypt to win 2-0. Egypt are playing home. Like Martin said, Mo Salah is playing better and better. I think that he will be the key player again for a great Egyptian side, in my opinion, who are big favorites to win the trophy, priced at 4.2 with Betfair, followed by Senegal at 5 and Algeria at 9. So South Africa shouldn't put too much problems to Egypt, and I see Egypt, and for that 2-0 correct score, I'm going Egypt and over 1.5 goals in the match at 2.15.
Ooh, all right. So going in we're all still on the same page, just slightly different. So we were all different bets. Egypt win 2-0. Egypt and the over 1.5 goals. Egypt and the under 3.5 goals for myself, 1.95. Mo Salah, anytime goal scorer, 2.1. Is that something would you take that one? Is that like would you make that an official pick for our viewers, or you're just sticking with your one and that's what you were saying? Like which Mo Salah?
Yeah, why not? Why not? He can score from free kicks. He can score on his own from inside the box. If he has a good cross from a teammate, he can score. He can find spaces in South African defense. So yeah, many situations that Mo Salah can score from. So 2.1, it's a decent price. Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, all right then. Tiong Tan says, morning guys, morning to you as well, although we are heading into our afternoon here in Costa Rica, and these boys in Europe are well and truly into your afternoons. What time is it with you guys? I know it's still light, but you're in summer now, so it's probably still, what time is it?
20 past 7 here.
20 past 7. Are you on the same time? Yeah.
Yeah, no, me 21, 9 and 20 minutes.
Ooh, all right.
9 p.m.
So, Algeria versus Guinea now, Sunday the 7th. Algeria 1.85, draw 3.3, and Guinea 5.35. Very surprised to see Algeria at that price. Sometimes I'm a little too surprised, to be honest with you. Guinea obviously finished 3rd in Group B with just 1 win. They did score 4, but they conceded 3. But then you've got Algeria, their 3rd favourites. They beat Ivory Coast. Sorry, they beat 2nd favourite Senegal. Sorry. Why so high a price there for Algeria at 1.85?
Again, I really don't understand the pricing, the prices. And Guinea, yes, they beat Burundi 2-0, but Burundi finished with no goal scored. And after that, they were very lucky to draw 2-2 with Madagascar. Again, they were very lucky to qualify in the knockout stages. And I don't see nothing here than Algeria win. It will be a shock if we'll see something else. 1.85, I think that I will make it my banker. But my banker is just with 1 unit in this summer break, summer international break. So this is what I was saying to you, that I will combine Egypt with Algeria at 2.4 once again for a double.
Very, very nice price indeed. Yes, in the regular season, which obviously starts in August, bankers are generally 2 units. But we have been sort of like mentioning that, you know, half stakes with these tournaments. We've got some great prices though, so that's about all you need. If you feel really confident, obviously, put a unit on it. Martin, over to you on this game, Algeria versus Guinea.
Yeah, I also can't understand why Algeria are quite so well priced to win this game. They've been probably the best team at this tournament so far in terms of results. Won all 3 games, including a very good win against Senegal. Haven't conceded a goal yet. Sailed through to the knockout stages of the tournament. And they're up against the side that haven't been very inspiring at all. You know, they, like Alex said, they were lucky to draw with Madagascar. They lost to Nigeria. They only just about scraped through. You know, Algeria have got quality players like Riyad Mahrez, Islam Slimani. Should just be too good for them. 1.85 straight win. I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to look at any other caveats whatsoever. Just going for the win. Algeria looks like a great price.
Yeah, I'm taking it as a single bet. I'm just gonna I'm gonna do a treble. I just don't like it when things are too good to be true. So I am gonna play it because it would just be like completely silly not to. But I'm too scared to stick it in a parlay. But Alex is our parlay ACCA king, so if he thinks it's good, I'd do it. Okay, Mali versus Ivory Coast. It is playing on Monday the 8th. Ivory Coast 2.4, draw 3.08, and Mali 3.55. This is probably the most evenly matched of the games that we've been previewing, and this is the one where I really wanted to obviously speak with you guys first. Mali obviously ended first in the group, 2 wins and a draw. Ivory Coast second in the group. They lost to Morocco, which gave them their spot here. So close on the outrights. Is this going to be a close game, Martin?
Yeah, I think it could be a close game. I mean, Mali top Group E, as we know, but they beat out Angola and Mauritania, who aren't particularly good sides at all. Neither of them have made it through to the knockout stages of the African Cup of Nations. The good result that they had was a draw with Tunisia. But Tunisia aren't what they used to be. They did score 6 goals in the process. They look good going forwards. But I would say they face a very difficult challenge now against an Ivory Coast team packed full of big names. It's not quite the Ivory Coast team of 5-10 years ago when you had the Touré brothers and you had Didier Drogba up front and Salomon Kalou, when they really were the best team on the continent by a mile. But they're still a pretty good team. I mean, Wilfried Zaha up front, he's one of the best attackers in the Premier League. We know that Wilfried Boney's got a good eye for goal. Frank Kessié is a very good player. Max-Alain Gradel's a handful. I think they're going to be too good for Mali in this one. Odds of 2.4, they're drifting. They were 2.15 this morning. They're out at 2.4. I think if you look at the results, you would think it would be close, but I'm just going to go for a straight Morocco win, 2.4. Sorry, a straight Ivory Coast win, 2.4.
All right. Yeah, very good point there with their wealth of players, 2.4. Alex, what about yourself? What are you going for?
I think that these two teams impressed me the most in the group stages from the attacking point of view. They both scored goals for fun. And the bookies are offering some great prices on over 1.5 goals in the match. 1.64 for just 2 goals scored in the match, which is unbelievable because, yes, the trend, as we said, is under 2.5 goals, but we are not speaking about 3 goals here. We are speaking just about 2 goals.
Yeah.
And that's about it. 1.64 for 2 attacking sides. I agree with Martin's take also on Ivory Coast, but I will be more cautious, and I would say Ivory Coast with draw no bet at 1.6 there. So in case of a draw, I will not risk to lose my half unit there because I'm not playing it with more. Yeah, I think that I will go. My second banker, let's say, it will be Mali versus Ivory Coast over 1.5 goals at 1.64 because I'm seeing also both teams to score here at 2.38 with the Betfair.
Yeah.
I think that despite the absolutely amazing squads that Ivory Coast have at their disposal here, Mali can contribute on the scoreboard because they showed that against Tunisia, they showed that against Angola and Mauritania. And against Tunisia, I'm telling you, that wasn't an easy match for Mali. But yes, I really think that Mali can find the back of the net there. So over 1.5 goals at 1.64, both teams to score at 2.38, Ivory Coast with draw no bet at 1.6.
Are you taking all of those? You're actually taking both teams to score?
All of them.
Oof, all right. Ending with a bang. I like that over 1.5 goals, I have to say, and also that Ivory Coast draw no bet. I think you can get higher, around 1.62, 1.67, something like that. Yeah, this could be a 1-1 at the end of the 90 minutes. I like that over 1.5 goals a lot. And then obviously if you want to back yourself up. Martin, you are often the cautionary better, but you're still liking that Ivory Coast 2.4.
I am, yeah. I think it looks like a very good price. I think if you just look at the results, and to be fair, Mali's performances were good. If you look at the results, you would think that they would be a real handful in this game, and they would make a really good fist of it. But then, if you look at the respective quality within the two squads, there's only one winner there. They've got really good players in that Ivory Coast team, and this is a nation with a good footballing pedigree now. Whereas Mali, I'm not seeing any star names there. I think they're more than the sum of their parts, and they've done well so far. But the best result they've had was a 1-1 draw against Tunisia, and I feel that Ivory Coast are a better team than Tunisia. So I think they have the quality to go on and win this game. We haven't seen a great deal of Zaha so far in this tournament, but he was on the score sheet last time. They got a 4-1 win. I think that'll give them a lot of confidence ahead of the next game, and I think they can go on and win it. So 2.4 looks like a great price to me. Yeah. I'm going to just go for it, make some money. But yeah, if you're feeling more cautious, go for draw no bet.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Martin, you're often the cautionary better, and you're not wavering from that bet there. So there we go, 2.4 if you want to take that bet. All right, so let's run down the bets that we're going for round 16, a knockout stage. And if you do have, Alex has mentioned his, Martin, if you do have a banker, favourite bets here on the cards, do let us know. Alex, what are you going for?
Going for Morocco and under 3.5 goals at 1.83. Morocco to win at 1.74. Senegal and over 1.5 goals in the match at 2.3. Egypt and over 1.5 goals in the match at 2.15. Algeria to win at 1.85. Mali versus Ivory Coast over 1.5 goals at 1.64. Both teams to score at 2.38. Ivory Coast with draw no bet at 1.6. Double Morocco with Senegal at 2.4. Egypt with Algeria at 2.5.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot of great bets there. Okay, Martin, what are you going for?
So I'm going to go for Ivory Coast to beat Mali at 2.4. Algeria to beat Guinea at 1.85. Egypt to beat South Africa to 0 at 1.95. Senegal minus 0.75 Asian handicap against Uganda at 1.82. Morocco and the under 3.5 goals against Benin at 2.1. That has now drifted to. Probably my favourite one out of them would have to be Senegal. I think they're a better team than Uganda and should win that one comfortably. I'd also quite like to put Senegal in a double with Egypt. I think both of those teams will soar through to the next rounds. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good value in this round of fixtures, a lot of lopsided ties. And yeah, I think we'll get some big names getting through to the next round, and then we'll see some really intriguing quarter-final ties. So be sure to come back, and we'll go through it all soon.
Yes. Yes, we will. Okay, I'm going to go for Morocco and the under 3.5 goals. I found 1.88, but Martin there 2.1 or something for the better odds. I like Morocco win to 0, 2.05, and Morocco -1 at 2.01. I like Senegal and the under 3.5 goals at 1.91. Egypt and the under 3.5 goals at 1.95. I did say that I was going to sound repetitive. I like Algeria 1.85, and I'm not going to make an official play, but I really like the Ivory Coast draw no bet and the over 1.5 goals that Alex mentioned. I'm going to do a 3-team parlay of Morocco, Senegal, and Egypt, and my favourite bet is Morocco and the under 3.5 goals at 1.88, now 2.1. All right, boys, enjoy the rest of your evening, your sunny evening. It's nice it's still light out, so go and enjoy. Best of luck with your bets, and we'll see you for the quarterfinals.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thanks for watching.
All right, so final segment of the video is UFC 239 there. Got the big boys in, UFC boys. We've got DaveBets and we've got Jason Paglia from The Sports Keg. Nice of them both on the same time. Hello, boys. How are you doing? Can't hear, Rafa. Takes a second. There we go. How are you doing, boys?
Good. What's up, Nat?
All is good. All is good. It's Wednesday, and we've got some great, I don't know if you were here, and got some great bets for African Cup of Nations. Jason, do you dabble in football betting, soccer betting?
I tell Dave occasionally, and the USA women have been treating me very well.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have. Dave, have you been dabbling in Africa Cup of Nations? There's certainly some good value. We've been getting some good bets in. We're at Africa Cup of Nations, the Gold Cup, and Copa America. Have you been dabbling in any of those?
Here and there. I've been adding a few games to parlays, but because I haven't spent that much time researching, I haven't put aside a bankroll and done it the correct way. But yeah, I should have tailed myself last night because I told Jay. Jay asked me what I thought about the Brazil-Argentina game. I said under 2.5 goals and Brazil 2-0, and look what happened. So I probably should have just listened to myself last night, but oh wow.
I know, it's always good to give, it's easy to give advice, it's very hard to follow your own advice. I have that problem generally, so no worries on that one. Okay, so we've got UFC here. And obviously the main event, and John Jones is a huge favourite at 1.18 against Thiago Santos. Jason, you wrote the main preview of this over at oddsmarket.com. Is that a fair price for John Jones? Is there any chance that Thiago Santos could pull the upset?
Is it a fair price? Yeah, it's fair.
Do you think it's fair?
But I would never tell anybody to lay it. The article's not up yet, but I mean, I hate John Jones. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time, but he's just bad at being a human being. But I mean, as an MMA fighter, he's got no weaknesses. He's the ultimate well-rounded MMA fighter. He always has a height and a reach advantage. He has striking power, pinpoint accuracy in every limb, great takedown defense, underrated Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a solid chin, and he's got really good fight IQ. By the time his opponents figure him out, they're either down 3 rounds or they've already lost the fight. Now, on the flip side, Thiago Santos is a good striker. He's got accuracy. I worried about his power and how it would translate in the new weight class, but it's transitioned pretty well. He's 3-0 in the division. He's got a solid counter game. He's worked hard on his combinations the last 2 years. Solid wrestling. Bad on his back, though. He'll lose the fight for 2 reasons. One, he's got a glass jaw. He's been knocked out easily in the past by similar weight classes. So if John knocks on that chin and hits the button, it's over. And the second reason is if it goes to the mat, he's really bad on the bottom, and John's got really underrated BJJ. So I didn't give a pick in the fight because it's a tough call between will he win by submission or will he win by knockout. But I gave a lean, and it was a knockout at 2.60. Just the lean, though.
Yeah. What do you mean by glass jaw? That it's been broken so many times now that like...
It's just so what it means is it's just easy to knock him out.
Yeah.
Like if you tap the chin, he just drops.
Wow. Can't they put some like steel plates in there to like help it, or would that be like illegal?
That'd be worse.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, that would be worse. Yeah.
Is there anything, Dave, that Thiago Santos could do to pull up the upset? Is there? He knows who he's getting into the ring with. Is there something that he can do to pull up?
There's loads of things that could happen. John could break his leg. He could get the flu. He could get disqualified. That's the only way John Jones loses this fight. John Jones has 1 loss on his record, and that loss was a disqualification because he landed illegal elbows. This is the only type of way Thiago Santos is going to win this fight, in my opinion. I can't see John Jones, the undefeated light heavyweight champion, losing to a former fighter who used to weigh in at welterweight, which is three weight divisions below. So I can't see any way Thiago Santos can defeat John Jones on Saturday. And to be honest, I can't see anybody in the division defeating John Jones ever. I don't think there's any chance this guy loses anytime soon, unless he has a serious injury, or he fights and hides an injury. Then I can't see him losing. A healthy John Jones is not a loser ever.
So why would Thiago Santos agree to this, to getting into the ring with this ultimate fighting machine of John Jones? Is it purely to do with money, or does he feel that maybe he has a chance?
I don't think there's many fighters on the roster that would turn down a championship fight. It's what every UFC martial artist, their main goal is to win championships.
Okay.
Whether that be in the UFC or in their specialized martial arts, they wanna be the best at what they do. So the only way to be the best is to beat the best. And Thiago Santos, I wouldn't say he's beat the best. I'd say he's definitely earned his title shot. His previous 3 fights, he's won them all by TKO. That's impressive in itself. He's fought some big dudes as well. Eric Anders was a big guy. Jimmy Manuwa, big guy. Jan Blachowicz, big guy. But yeah, none of them are John Jones. None of them guys are John Jones. And yeah, he's got that, like Jay said, he's got that jaw that can get popped. There's a guy called David Branch that knocked him out in the first round. I can see John doing the exact same thing, or even taking this fight to the floor, sweeping him straight onto the floor, and then locking up any submission he wants, choke, armbar, whatever.
All right. So Jason's given a lead, and there's an article series that Jason Paglia is doing. It's called Squared Up, and I believe that this one's. I think they'll both be up today anyway. So if you just go onto oddsmarket.com, UFC on the UFC page. So Jason's obviously got a lean there. John Jones by TKO at 2.7. Do you have any thoughts, leans for the fight?
No, I'd just follow what Jay's doing, because he's been nailing the squared up series, and he puts a lot of work into it and a lot of research. It's not just, let me check like who's winning, like, who everybody else thinks about. Hours of research goes into this, and Jay breaks it down more than anyone else I know. So if I was gonna take anything in this fight, I'd probably tail Jay, because yeah, it's John Jones or nothing. And if you want a decent price, you're going to have to take a prop. There's no two ways about it. Mm-hmm. Trying to predict the round is not easy in martial arts, because you never know what's going on in a fighter's head. We don't know if John wants to take it easy. We don't know if John wants to finish it quick. We just don't have them answers. We don't know if Thiago is going to come out guns blazing, or if he's going to play it safe like Anthony Smith did in the previous fight with John Jones, and play it cautious. Because if he plays it cautious, we might see another decision victory on our hands. But yeah, I'd probably avoid trying to guess what round it ends in, but a TKO prop, submission prop is definitely worth looking at for this fight.
All right, so it sounds like what John Jones wants, John Jones will get in this fight, whether he wants to just have a little bash around for a few rounds, if he wants to just get it over in one round. What John Jones wants, he's going to get. Okay. Another big fight, moving over to the ladies now, Holly Holm versus Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes 1.29, Holly Holm's 4.3. This is a very popular fight on the card, but many people obviously fancying Amanda here to win. I did see somebody on the comments here, Mississippi Kid, Nunes win by TKO at plus 175. Jason, that is your tip as well.
Yep, it is my favorite bet since we started the series.
Wow.
I will make my largest MMA bet that I've made in a really long time on this fight. Holly Holm, she's a good fighter. She's probably one of the 5 best women in the sport. She's a former boxer. She's an excellent striker. Because of her boxing career, her movement in the cage is excellent. She cuts the angles well. She's constantly in a state of perpetual motion. Outside of that, her clinch game is average. Her ground game and her BJJ are basically non-existent. Across from her on Saturday is Amanda Nunes, okay? I feel fortunate as an MMA fan to be alive while this chick is in the cage.
Cool.
She is the greatest women's MMA fighter in the history of the sport. She is a devastating striker. She's a black belt with a killer ground game. She's got a fantastic chin. She's got power that we've never seen before from a female fighter. She destroyed Miesha Tate to win her first championship in a round. She defended her title against Ronda Rousey, beat her so bad she put her into retirement and sent her to the WWE. And then in her last fight, it took her 51 seconds to knock out the most feared women's MMA fighter for the last decade in Chris Cyborg. And then she won her second championship at a different weight class. The argument is Amanda Nunes fat and happy now? Can Holly Holmes catch her sleeping and snuff her out? The answer is no. She's now chasing immortality. She is now cementing her legacy, and she will destroy this chick. I'm laying the 330 big, and I'm also going big on by TKO at plus 150.
Well,
nailed it.
So if we don't see you next week, you're off on your yacht, sailing around, having fun, maybe doing a bit of filming.
Saturday night, you're going to see Dave and I celebrating on the Fightcast. That's what you're going to see.
And will you be live? Are you live streaming on the Sports Keg?
Yep, we're going to have our Fightcast going. Dave and I will be live betting, breaking the card down all night long. It'll be fun.
Yeah, the Sports Keg YouTube channel. Go check them. Go check these boys out for the fight there. All right, I'm all like with all your going heavies. And so basically, unit betting is just out of the window on this card. This is where you all right.
Nat, I'm like 7,000 deep in this fight.
Oh goodness. Okay, I'll be rooting for you, yeah. Dave. Are you on the same page?
I certainly am. Amanda Nunes. Jay said it all. There's nothing really I can add to what he said. She's the best female fighter we've ever seen. She's done all the best names in multiple weight divisions. Sarah McMahon, Valentina Shevchenko, the current flyweight champion. Amanda has beat her twice. Miesha Tate, Ronda Rousey, Raquel Pennington, and then obviously the woman who was the number one fighter and undefeated in over 10 years. I think it was 14 years or something crazy. She knocked her out like she was anyone. She made her look like she was anyone else on the roster. And this woman hadn't been defeated in forever. Amanda Nunes comes through and see you later. There's nothing I can add. Jay hit everything straight on the head. That's it. Amanda Nunes by devastating TKO, or I can see Holly running for 5 rounds, but she's still going to lose by decision anyway. So,
all right. Yeah. All right. Well, goodness me, I'll be rooting for you guys. Is there any other fights on the card? Do you think? I'm having a quick scan here from your Dogs and Their Odds article. For those watching, I've put the link to both. Actually, Jason's main fight preview is not up yet. It was probably being working on, but Holly Holm versus Amanda Nunes is. So I've put the link to that. I've also put the link to your punching parlay. You have got 2 bets, which, to be honest with you, are fantastic prices for single bets as well. So. What are you liking as well on the for Saturday's matches?
The dogs are slim again. Over the past month or so, the odds have been pretty wild, and the favourites have been heavy favourites. So this week, what I did again is same as I did not last week, the week before. I looked for a decent prop, which I thought would be just as good as taking the underdog. So we got underdog odds, but it's not technically the underdog that will be back in. It's Claudia Gadelha versus Ronda Marcos, and it's a wrestler versus wrestler, and it's just a stronger wrestler that's going to win the fight, and that will be Claudia Gadelha by decision, though. If you take her by decision, you'll get her at plus 105, 2.06 on the decimal. Gadelha, she's never been finished. She has the advantage in all the grappling statistics. And I just think it's going to be a scrappy fight, scrappy decision, and Claudia's hand will be raised by the end of it, in my opinion.
All right. And Jason, do you agree with that? Have you got anything on that match, or you've basically just blown your whole bankroll on Nunes?
No, I think Dave nailed it. Yeah, I already bet his punching parlay. I think Claudia Gadelha wins by decision. 6 of 9 fights that Marcos has won have been by way of decision. 50% of the fights that Gedalia's won have been by way of decision. So I think the way that these two women fight, I think it's almost impossible that Claudia Gadelha, who's the better fighter, wins by decision. I think he nailed it.
You guys are
both ladies have faced. They've both faced similar opponents as well. They've both faced the same opponents 4 times, and out of them 4 fights, Ronda has lost 2 of them, in which Claudia won, which was Carolina and Courtney Casey. So, if you want to use MMA math, which is not the best way to handicap, it kind of shows you that Claudia's beaten the competition that Ronda has struggled with. And yeah, Ronda's been doing well. And to be honest, if she was ever going to win this type of fight, it probably would be now, because I think she's at her peak right now. I don't think she can get any better than she already is. If she is going to win, it probably would be this weekend, but I just can't see the former title contender, top 5 ranked female, Claudia, losing to Ronda Marcos. I just can't see it happening.
all right. Yeah, you guys are like brothers from another mother on this one. Like you're all
every week.
thinking, like, I know it's quite, but it's quite reassuring from say the bettor's point of view, listening to what you're going for, and you're both collectively going for the same thing. That sort of fills me with confidence. All right, so let's start to wrap things up here. Dave Bets, what is on your cards for this weekend?
Okay, so we've got obviously dogs in our odds. What I just mentioned, Gadelha by decision, 2.06 on the decimal, plus 105. I also like Alejandro Perez. He is a big underdog at plus 188, 2.88 on the decimal. Who else did I pick? I gave a bonus tip on dogs in their odds as well. A girl who hasn't been with the UFC very long, Pani Kianzad. Sorry if I butchered your name. She is also a big underdog at 3.00, plus 200. And then there's the punch and parlay, which should be out at some point today. And we're going to take Luke Rockhold, Amanda Nunes, and Ben Askren on the punch and parlay. And we get a price of... I'll have to check what that price is. Give me a second. 2.91 plus 191 on the punch and parlay this week.
Cool. All right.
And that's all I've got so far.
Yeah. No, I like it.
What you don't see, Nat, is Dave and I in Telegram for hours every night, breaking every card down to a fine powder. Every night.
I know. I was wondering, you guys. I know, because some of the things you've been saying, it sounds like you guys like communicate and share information about. That's great. Just sort of like strengthening knowledge.
I've also been going on Kegcast quite a lot, so we get to talk on there as well. When it's 5-hour show. Yeah. There's always plenty to talk about.
Yeah, I sometimes like you guys are on a Friday. I always get a little notification. It's a Friday. I've usually got like my glass of wine in my hand or something, and I think I got a message one time. I was like, oh, I'm sat here with my glass of wine, watching you guys, and just listening to the to the remembrance, to the wealth of knowledge. All right, so Jason Paglia from the Sports Keg, you're basically putting your entire bankroll and more into Amanda Nunes by TKO at 2.48.
Well, not the whole bankroll. That's poor bankroll management. We don't preach that on this show.
I know.
But yeah, I'm going to be on her money line. I'm going to be on her by TKO.
Yeah.
I'm tailing Dave on Gadelha by decision at plus 110. Dave and I both agreed Askren by decision at plus 110. And I bet his punching parlay. And as of right now, at this moment, that's it.
Cool.
It will be live betting. Anything else will probably be live betting on the Kegcast.
Yep.
Yeah. What's your record on that, Jay? You've got you always mention your record, don't you, at the beginning? What you guys think?
We've been doing the show for 5 months, and we're up just over 200 units.
Jesus. Wow.
And that's why he can splash on Amanda Nunes.
Yeah,
That's right, my friend.
Exactly. Oof, I know. I can only imagine what your bankroll must be if one, well, a couple of units is 7K. But yeah, go join them, please, on Saturday. And I tune in. You're growing as well. The people that join you and watch, and it's a really great show. The Sports Keg. Give it a follow. All right, guys. Thank you so much. At DaveBets there on Twitter, and Jason Paglia. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thanks, Nat.
Peace, brother.
Later, Dave.
There we go. What an awesome show that was. 30 minutes of Africa Cup of Nations and 30 minutes of UFC. And I absolutely love all these bets. Thank you to everybody watching. Head on over, oddsmarket.com. Most of the people, in fact, I think everybody that you see that comes on as guests also write articles for us at Oddsmarket. It is a close-knit family. And these are guys that we have found with proven records. They know what they're talking about. We're here just offering free tips. Follow us, fade us, hopefully follow us, and what else? Yes, bet responsibly, bet with your bankroll. We've got a whole series of articles as well, bankroll management, and that's really what the most important thing is. You bet with what you can afford to lose, and each unit should reflect the size of your bankroll as well. So if you want more information about that, I'm happy to bring some guests on, and we can do a whole video about that if you're unsure, obviously heading into the new season. And also as well, check out the bankroll management articles as well, because that goes into great depth, breaks down bets, how to bankroll manage and everything. So bet responsibly, and most importantly, have fun. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll be back tomorrow. Let me just bring up this show's schedule. We're doing how exciting, Women's World Cup finals with Whale and EJ, followed by Gold Cup and Copa American finals with Alex and Martin. So hopefully see you there. Have a wonderful day or evening depending on where you are, and I'll see you tomorrow.